Sleek Wine, but it's Crystal Amour, Sleek Wine, Dancing Contessa. Crystal Amour won it from Dancing Contessa and Sleek Wine, possibly Forever True 4.
Supremely confidently ridden by MJ Odendaal, the Michael Airy trained Crystal Amour, owned and bred by Mr. and Mrs. Bill McGregor. Being Ladies' Day, we took the opportunity to speak to Linda McGregor. She had a rather interesting story to tell us about the naming of this filly.
Well, her mother is an Averof mare called Passion, and because of the Passion and Crystal, the Roche being the father, we put the Crystal and the Amour for the Passion.
Well, Andrew, looking at the flamboyance of Linda McGregor's headgear, we call it a duke. It was not surprising to see Carnival season priced up favorite for the 8th race.
Well, I don't know about you, James, but I was absolutely flabbergasted because National Dance, who was already a 3.5-length victor at Scottsville, ironically Michael Roberts in the saddle, was easy to back at 3-1. There she is on the lead with Jeff Lloyd, the white noseband, being scrubbed at gently now at the past the 400-metre mark.
Then Such Class and Crescent Queen. On the outside, Flash Flirt, and then comes Victory Bell, and behind that, Carnival Season. But National Dance as they pass the 200. Gay Guest on the inside, then Moving Sunshine. National Dance in front, Moving Sunshine the danger, but National Dance doing enough to win it. Second placing will go to Moving Sunshine, then Gay Guest and Slip My Mind.
Well, it was a brilliant ride, really, because she's got any amount of pace, has National Dance, and Jeff Lloyd very cleverly got her across from draw number 13, causing absolutely no interference whatsoever. We now move on to race 9, James.
Yes, sure, Andrew. Here, number 1, Galactic Wave from the Ralph Rickson stable started favorite.
There she is towards the right-hand side of your picture with the white sleeves, the black cap, and the red body.
To the 300-metre marker, incidentally in front from Venetian Charm. Behind that, Greta, Chief Dragon, and Stylish Gina. Then Crimson Queen, Galactic Way on the outside is struggling. But now Venetian Charm comes bounding out the pack at the 200-metre marker from Crimson Queen. And it's Venetian Charm, Crimson Queen trying to run on late. But Venetian Charm to win it easily. The second position, Safe 10, came on to run second. Then Crimson Queen and Divine Freedom ran on for fourth.
Well, it was Michael Airy's second winner of the day, Dougie White's second winner of the day, and only the second run for Venetian Charm for Michael Airy, who now has the highest percentage of winners per runner in South Africa. A really nice performance for Michael Airy. The favourite, disappointing, but having to race wide all the way after having been drawn wide out at 16.
It's the Natal winter season at full gallop.
And just before we go racing in the Eastern Cape, I think we need to set the record straight as far as Dougie White's concerned. He only rode one winner at Scottsville yesterday. It was a trifle unlucky in race 3 when beaten by the shortest of shortheads by champion jockey Pierce Stradham aboard Lights and Shadows.
Well, Andrew, the fever is running high in the Eastern Cape about next Friday's feature, which is the Dion Derby. But what do you have for our viewers for tomorrow?
Well, it's the Eastern Province Merchants tomorrow, and we like to look about number 10, Enchanted Fountain. He's a half-brother to Dam Buster. There you can see him now coming in towards the left-hand side of your picture. The red blinkers, the white sleeves, and the white cap, and he gets beaten by the shortest of shortheads.
Wider out, we got Master Beware, then comes Quail Run. 200 metres to go, Tough Love now along the inside from Enchanted Fountain. In comes Captain Key along the outside, Ace Admiral. 100 to go, Enchanted Fountain, Tough Love along the outside. Tough Love, Enchanted Fountain's going to be a close call. Here comes the wire, Tough Love has won it from Enchanted Fountain. Third place will go to Captain Key, Miss Monique fourth.
Well, talk about keeping it in the families. The trainer, Hecky Stradham, the jockey, Pierce Stradham, he rates as our best bet on the card tomorrow. Now moving on to race 6, number 4, Dutch Dame, and number 8, Tight Drums should fight it out. Let's take a look at these two when they last met. This was at Fairview, and it was a very close contest indeed, but Tight Drums gets my money.
To the leader from the Matador along the outside, Sobriety. Dutch Dame's trying to run at them as well. Tight Drums is right there. They got 150 to go. Tight Drums takes it up from Dutch Dame along the outside. Tight Drums, Dutch Dame, but Tight Drums going right to win this by length from Dutch Dame. Sobriety third.
We are at the finish line for tonight's edition of See How They Run.
So don't forget to join us tomorrow evening at 7:30 when the feature of our program will be to preview that big day at Scottsville. 3 Grade 1 events, all under the Smirnoff banner.
From all of us at See How They Run, good racing.
On the outside of the pack as they See how they run. Your armchair view of racing in South Africa every Thursday at 6:45 and Friday and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m.
Good evening, TSS horse racing fans, and welcome to Friday night's edition of See How They Run. In tonight's program, you can expect to see racing from the Garden Course Clairwood Park. There they have the Group 1 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge, racing at Gosforth Park and at Kenilworth.
But before we get into that action, let's go back to yesterday's main handicap at the Vaal Turf Club. The Sino African Breweries handicap, a straight mile for 39,000 Rand, where Singing in the Rain was backed in from 16 to 10 and to start at 14 to 10. And at this stage, Singing in the Rain has got a wall of horses in front of him and still got 5-6 lengths to make up. Have a look for the white and purple colours.
Sky Fun to Fly now Singing in the Rain is going out in search of a run, switching towards the inside, then Mercy Beat, Globe Master, but Singing in the Rain is barging his way through, and Singing in the Rain comes up strongly from the rear of the field with Mercy Beat and Strike Silver on this side, but Singing in the Rain weaved his way through the field to win it. Singing in the Rain by a length and a half from Strike Silver, Mercy Beat and Ashmore was fourth.
Well, it was extremely confident ride by Waisham Wing, and I know that he gave Carl Ebb absolute heart failure halfway down the straight, and we had an opportunity to speak to Carl Ebb just about how he felt halfway down that straight. What went through your heart halfway down the straight?
I'd stopped thinking after a while because I don't know what he was going to do. But funny enough, this horse, Singing in the Rain, even his own name, Singing in the Rain, he absolutely loathes the wet. Loathes it. And he loves fast, firm conditions. The conditions are right in his favour. But I must say, Waichong did give us a bit of a heartache. But once he saw daylight, the race was over. He ran a very good race.
And a very good race indeed, and the day never stopped then for trainer Carl Ebb. The good thing of the day, Gladsinger went on to win the 8th race, started off at 4 to 10, Gladsinger. Certainly obliging and winning by more than a length.
Well, from the past to the future, we'll be back straight after the break.
It's the Natal winter season at full gallop.
Well, all the action happens tomorrow in Natal at Clairwood Park, the Garden Course, the 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge. The race run over 1,600 metres and a cracking field indeed.
Indeed, obviously the absence of Empress Club will probably be a little bit of a disappointment to racegoers at Clairwood Park, but let's take nothing away from the champion Flaming Rock. He's deservedly odds-on favourite for the race. Let's take a look at his last resounding victory in the Drill Hall Stakes. He's the big black horse towards the right-hand side of your picture with the blue and white colours, the blinkers, the white noseband. Also in the race, Rami from the Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum's colours going down the inside rail, also with the blue and white colours and the white noseband.
Through and Flaming Rock on the outside. They've got to get to Midnight Run. Rami, Flaming Rock showing his class on the outside. Rami's coming strongly. Flaming Rock in the centre of the track. Flaming Rock now from Rami down the inside. Flaming Rock just keeping Rami at bay. But Flaming Rock, sheer class written all over him. Wins it. Topasana fought back for second. Rami got third. Midnight Run fourth.
No doubt about it, Flaming Rock was simply too good for Rami on the day. And of course the further 200 metres or the extra 200 metres will suit Flaming Rock even better, and Flaming Rock looking for his third Schweppes win challenge. Let's move on now to Spanish Galliard's last run in the Chairman Stakes at GREYVILLE racetrack. Spanish Galliard in the red colours towards the inside of the track, racing in 4th spot at the moment, 3 lengths back.
Run from Divine Action to Ban. Dominant 3.5 lengths off them, then Super Tan. Rami has 8 lengths to make on the leaders. 300 to go. Midnight Run from Taban and Divine Action. Dominant starting a good challenge. Midnight Run, Dominant looks the threat on the outside, and Dominant now exploding into action over the last 100 to win, going away. Dominant, the winner, second placing will just go to Spanish Galliard. 1 of Origin, third. Midnight Run ran for...
Well, last year's winner, Spanish Galliard, putting up an absolutely exceptional prep run, and he looks as sharp as he's always done. I spoke to Dennis Dry at Clairwood Park on Wednesday, and he was terribly impressed with that run. He said Spanish Galliard run a big race tomorrow.
Well, it's not only Flaming Rock and Spanish Galliard. Another big runner in the race is number 7, Secret Rites. His last run was here at Turfentine, the Star Sprint. Secret Rites with the navy blue sleeves and the light blue cap. The white noseband still 5-6 lengths back in the centre of the track. 3.5 lengths to make up as they approach the 300-meter marker, and Wine of Origin is right on the inside. Divine Actors holding on as they come to the final 200 meters. Free to run, Senor Santa with a length and a half to make up. Adriatic Portent, Speaking Oak, here's Secret Right with a late run in the blue colors. Divine Act, here comes the Senor Santa with a devastating finish. Divine Act and Senor Santa at top right. Senor Santa beat them. Senor Santa, Jeffrey Lloyd, full of himself and has beaten Divine.
Well, a great run by Secret Rights in that company, and just to digress for a second, I don't know about you, Clyde, but I certainly got goosebumps to see the grand old man, Senor Santa, coming home in a really fantastic finish there with Jeff Lloyd up.
Well, Andrew, I don't believe it's all over for Secret Rights and Spanish Galliard. Personally, I think Flaming Rock is definitely the one to beat in the Schweppes tomorrow, to beat home Secret Rights into second and Spanish Galliard third.
Well, I had the opportunity to speak to trainer Chris Snaith at Clairwood Park on Wednesday, and I asked him just exactly how Flaming Rock's preparation had gone.
It's gone exceptionally well. The horse is looking superb, working as well as ever. Won't come off the bridle.
We heard you say that in Cape Town before the Queen's Plate, and we have no reason to feel that anything's different. Still your opinion that he just gets better and better as he gets older?
He gets better. He definitely gets better. He's just a great horse. I'm just hoping that he keeps going for as long as I can keep him.
Well, a great horse indeed, and we all hope a relationship like that could last forever. Page over now to race number 7, the Schweppes Graduation Plate, a race run over 1,600 metres. The star bet on the card is number 7, Likely Prospect, from the stable of Michael Airy, the mount of Dougie White. Likely Prospect was runner-up to Ringuinho, who subsequently came out and won at Clairwood Park on Wednesday.
Well, incidentally, I did have an opportunity to speak to both Dougie White and Michael Airy, and they are very, very confident indeed. Well, looking over to race 8 now, Honey Dream from the stable of Tony Millard. She was a winner at her penultimate start, but let's take a look at her last start when running at Scottsville. There she is towards the inside of your track on the left-hand side with the navy and red colours.
Dream comes forward, Dancing Nassau coming forward stoutly on the inside, and then Born Noble behind that Peony Dancer. Honey Dream, Born Noble, Dancing Nassau and Selborne Park starting a good run on the inside. Dancing Nassau, Honey Dream, Selborne Park and Born Noble, but it's Selborne Park and Born Noble as they run to the wire. Selborne Park from Born Noble, Dancing Nassau and Honey Dream ran forth.
Well, they say that quality is always better than quantity, and that certainly is the case on Saturday for the 400,000 Rand Schweppes Challenge to be run at the Garden Course, Clairwood Park. I'm not going to bore you with the details of what's going to happen on Saturday. Who better to tell us about the Ladies' Day at Clairwood Park on Saturday? The marketing manager, Janet Welch. Janet, thanks for joining us on See How They Run.
Thank you, Andrew. It's a pleasure to be here again. It is Ladies' Day, and the first 1,500 ladies to come through the gate will each receive a yellow rose, attached to which is a ticket with a number. We will draw out 3 numbers, and those 3 ladies will win wonderful prizes. We have another lovely competition for ladies, and one lady here on Saturday will win a jewellery voucher worth 4,000 Rand. We've got very exciting things for the children, as always, and we also have the Win If You Lose competition, which revolves around losing tote tickets. All in all, with the Schweppes Challenge, the Schweppes Ladies Challenge, it's going to be a wonderful day here.
Janet, I know that your job is not to tip horses, but I'm going to put you on the mark, since it is Ladies' Day, your fancy for the big race.
Has to be Flaming Rock. Has to be Flaming Rock.
It's the Natal winter season at full gallop.
Well, if your love or passion is horse racing, there's only one place to be tomorrow afternoon if you live in Natal. That's Clairwood Park. It's now time to go racing in the Transvaal racing at Gosforth Park. The feature race there, the Snow Craywagen, run over 1,000 metres.
Yes, where 65,000 Rand is on the line, and here at See How They Run, we believe number 4, PHANTOSCOPE, is the one to beat, the Phantom Earl filly. Her last run was at Newmarket, when third to Super Sheila. She's on the extreme right-hand side with the white and blue check sleeves and cap. That's the black filly trying to close in now.
Super Sheila moving up smartly. PHANTOSCOPE is on the outside, and in the main is towards the inside. Secret Pack, Super Sheila, PHANTOSCOPE on the outside, but Super Sheila's now put her nose in front. Secret Pack trying to fight back at her along the inside, but Super Sheila just going to do enough. Secret Pack trying to make a race of it, but Super Sheila won it ahead from Secret Pack, then PHANTOSCOPE, and Fabergé Flowers was 4th.
Well, I have a feeling that it might just be a trifle sharp for PHANTOSCOPE, but one of the fillies, who could be an unknown quantity, Venetian Splendor from the Brett Warren stable. She's a half-sister to Novgorod, that very handsome son of Russian Fox from the same stable. Let's take a look at a very impressive maiden victory.
Vain Affair. 300 to go now, and Venetian Spindler dawdles into the lead, gets it now by a length and a half. Watchstar's running a big one. Responding Earl is further back now, 200 to go. Venetian Splendor opens up, leads by 3 lengths now on the inside. Watchstar, but this is an absolute pointer, maybe even a morning exercise for this first-time filly. Venetian Splendor dawdles clear. She wins by 7. Close for second between Lucy's Tuck, Watchstar on the inside, then Responding Earl.
Well, I stand to be corrected. The official winning distance at the line was 8 lengths, so it was definitely a very impressive win by Venetian Splendor. The only thing I'm concerned about is that she's a one-time winner taking on the 2-time winners.
Yeah, it certainly is something to be concerned about, but she looks to have a stamp of class about her. And while we're talking about class, certainly Star Award, who was the champion 2-year-old filly of the Highveld feature race season, she certainly doesn't lack class, and she has to come into the shake-up tomorrow, as does the Dennis Drive trained Smart Compare. He's having his 3rd run after the gelding. He's got blinkers on, and coastal horses always perform admirably at the Highveld, especially in sprint races.
So it's a great race to be then at Gosforth Park tomorrow for the 65,000 Rand Snow Craywagen Handicap. Page over now to race number 9, final leg of the pick 6, which certainly should be your pick 6 banker, number 11, White Magic. His last run was at the Vaal. At this stage, he's on the extreme right-hand side, coming into the picture now with the purple sleeves and the purple cap.
On the inside, Moxham is in front, for Quickwit behind that, and then White Magic, but Moxham is going on to win it. Moxham goes on to win it. A photo for second, probably go to White Magic ahead of Quickwit, and then Hawk My Man.
It was a fair run on White Magic's behalf, taking into consideration that he needed the run, as it was second run after rest, and I honestly believe that he'll strip much fitter over the 1,000 at Gosforth Park tomorrow and should take a power beating.
I'd go along with that, and one of the more interesting aspects of racing at Gosforth Park tomorrow will be the nomination of Bold Cruiser in a race 8. He runs over 1,600 metres from the Nick Clarkson stable. He is a former SA Nursery winner, and it'll be very interesting to see how he performs for the forthcoming administrators at GREYVILLE. Well, it's now time to shift our attentions to racing in the Cape, racing at Kenilworth, the 6th race in the card, where we believe Ellen's Isle is the one to beat. There she is towards the middle of your picture with the white cap and the white sleeves.
Coming through along the inside to join Chicago City in front, Truly Splashing and Monday's Dreamer up the outside, but Chicago City's fighting back gamely in the centre. Ellen's Isle, Chicago City's coming back gamely, and Chicago City's going on to win it. Chicago City the winner from Ellen's Isle in the Benny and Truly Splashing.
Well, Ellen's Isle was fighting back on the rail, so she's got a lot of courage, which will definitely be in her favour tomorrow, so she'll be right there.
She will indeed, and don't forget that Truly Splashing was also in that race behind Chicago City, only just over a length adrift of Ellen's Isle, and has to certainly come into the picture. Now, page over to race 7, in which number 1, Molly Mandy, certainly the classy filly of the race. There she is, the second from the right of your picture, the grey filly with the red cap.
Mandy back towards the inside, races in 3rd, then comes Got Her. Informative back towards the inside, then Popular Girl. As they run towards the 300, Season's Wish is still in front from Wild Lavender, now looming a challenger up on the outside, and Molly Mandy's coming home strongly with Popular Girl towards the inside, and Prussian Blue also running on inside the last 150, and Molly Mandy has swept to the lead from Season's Wish up on the outside. Got Her trying to come on late, but Molly Mandy, the class horse, going on to win it. Molly Mandy, the winner from Season's Wish, very close behind that for the places.
Well, she does have top weight of 57 kilograms, but she certainly earned it, and I'm sure that Molly Mandy will live up to her very consistent reputation tomorrow. Well, Foreign Source, who races in race 8, the winter handicap, an A-division event over 1,600 metres, was the mount of Dougie White last time out at Bloemfontein. We don't have that footage, but I spoke to Dougie on Wednesday.
He must have an outstanding chance. He won very convincingly last time in Bloemfontein. And the time before that with the heavyweight of 59 kilos, I think he'll prove hard to beat.
Yes, I'd agree with that. 5 wins in a row doesn't seem out of the question for Foreign Source tomorrow at Kenilworth.